This is our COVID Roundup and CDC update for August 23rd, 2024. When we look to the NWSS map of all the wastewater facilities in the US tracking COVID, we see that 66% of all reporting wastewater facilities are reporting at very high levels, with about 28% of all reporting wastewater facilities reporting at or near the highest levels they've ever recorded. Next, looking over to Raj's COVID variant tracker. Of note, KP3.1.1 is still growing in proportion to other variants, and Raj has also noted XEC, so now we both have Raj and Mike Honey noting this variant as a potential next one to come, where as of yesterday, Mike Honey posted that globally XEC is showing a growth advantage of 3.8% per day, which would be correlated to about 27% per week over the D-fluke variants, which is the fastest growth of any contender he is currently aware of, which means that XEC is likely the next contender for the D-fluke variants, or the D-sluke variants that are currently dominating, which include KP3.1.1 and its descendants. So for a little background, XEC first appeared in Berlin in late June. It has since spread quite rapidly across Europe, North America, and Asia. And again, XEC is a mix of KS1.1 and KP3.3, where it is currently theorized that XEC might have an advantage from its unusual T22N mutation in combination with its fluke mutations or sluke mutations. Anyways, quickly covering Raj's breakdown again. We're seeing general rises in KP2 and LB1 variants, with general decreases in KP3 and KP1.1.3 variants, and here that is blown up for a better view. Additionally, from Canada's epidemiologic tracker, we see that KP3.1.1 has increased to 51.4% of variants in proportion, and globally we are still seeing increases in KP3.1.1 in proportion to other variants, so KP3.1.1 is still likely to be the lead variant for the next several months. Moving on to wastewater surveillance in New York State. Before we start, I always have to note when there's a change in the total number of sewer sheds. This has happened a few times now. Typically it is a glitch, but we'll just note it in case it is not a glitch this time. Typically there are 206 sewer sheds, but right now it's being reported as 173. Regardless, that doesn't impact what I'm reporting on today, because I only report on reporting sewer sheds. As a reminder, anything that is dark blue is low levels of COVID in the wastewater, anything that is light blue is moderate levels, and anything from yellow to bright red is high levels of COVID in the wastewater. Of note, since last week, the percentage of wastewater facilities reporting at the highest level has increased to 97%. So right now, 97% of all reporting wastewater facilities are reporting at the highest levels in New York. Next, moving on to wastewater scan and the 28 reporting wastewater facilities in California, there are three major changes that we see. The first is that the lowest data has hit a constant, a plateau. We see that the bulk of the middle data is sort of trending downwards. We're starting to get a little bit of a dip, but that the high data is still trending upwards. This likely means there's a bit of divergence in the data. So in general, we're starting to trend downwards, but it's very possible that this might not be sustained. However, this is the start of a good sign. Next, when we look to the 148 wastewater facilities reporting to wastewater scan across the US, here we're going to look at slopes in the high data. So we had a lower slope down here. It sped up, and now it looks like we're starting to slow down and possibly begin a decline. I think this is more of a lull, so a plateau in the data. However, again, this is another good sign that we might be finally starting to trend down in this summer wave.